So we're just about to start play here. Siren has sounded, umpire in the middle of the ground. Symes in the middle, and he is going to go up against Wilson. Wilson over the top, taps it down, but off the wing, picked up there by Fursland. Handballs over the top, McPherson. In the slippery centre, handballs to Fletcher, kick off the ground. Berg running back against the flow, doesn't pick the ball up. Baird does, handball comes out, and it's with Lentini. Long handball across the face of goal, or a kick across. We're looking for Fursland, picked the ball up, able to get away from the oncoming player, and a kick into the forward line is good, and the mark has been taken there by Popovsky. So Bell Post Hill very quickly into attack, some good...
It was a very quick move now in the middle, wasn't it? And not much pressure provided for Anakie there.
So Popovsky has been a forward for Bell Post Hill before and kicked a number of goals, playing out at centre half forward. Comes in now. Nice easy approach and goal, and that's a nice easy kick out goal, and it's gone straight through the middle. So Nick Popovsky has the first goal this afternoon.
Careful to start with. However, we're back with the umpire, middle of the ground, up again. Symes this time gets a tap down, only as far as Berg. He's immediately tackled. Ball spills clear, goes towards the outer centre wing. Lazaric for Anakie. Strides after the footy, picks it up, gets a handball which is nullified. For a player taken high there, looked like holes find for Bell Post Hill, and his free kick centre wing. Little short chip has found a teammate there in Lima. They're just controlling the footy as they seem to do. A little chip further forward to Symes, and Bell Post Hill just controlling the footy. That's a longer pass. It's well directed, but unable to be picked up there by Lentini for Bell Post Hill. Ball at half forward flank, spills over the boundary line for a throw in. 2.5 minutes gone first quarter. Bell Post Hill have a goal. Anakie yet to score. In fact, haven't been past the centre at this point in the game. The ball now thrown in. Oh, nice little tap down from Wilson. He looks a likely type in the ruck for Anakie. The ball in dispute, still on the flank. Picked up there was Baxter. He goes towards the full forward there at Tar. Goes back trying to position the ball at full forward. Free kick paid, and it's the Rickett brothers. One handballs to the other. Now it's gone across to Hayes, and the ball cleared out. Whistle on play. Tackled after he got rid of the football. No, it's going back to the original recipient. There's a terrible kick from the Anakie defender, out of bounds on the full. And Popovsky again. That's nearly as bad a kick. Perhaps something wrong with the footy all of a sudden, because Bowman there can't, at least, sorry, that was Fletcher, can't control the footy. Comes back, Popovsky on his own. Reads the ball pretty well. Lovely controlled kick towards centre half forward. Mark taken, and they're just controlling it at the moment as another mark. This is directly in front of goals. Looks like Lima, is it?
Yes.
Man on the mark, 45, and just chipping the ball around up forward, Bell Post Hill, and now get the easy shot for goal, which he's made look very, very difficult. Nearly out of bounds on the full, missed everything.
Ankles, I'm not too sure these strappings come loose, but he looks like he needs some assistance. Ruck contest, Ricketts knocks the ball over the back, picked up by Lazaric, went to the ground. Now it's Holes fine, has the ball. He's tackled by Lazaric once again. Ball's not going to come out of there. Umpire will come in and take possession and ball it up right about forward pocket position. Bell Post Hill still attacking. Shane Tobin coming onto the ground. Shane Lewis looks like he's just changing boots. Not happy with what he's got on. The ball picked up in the forward pocket, kicked round the corner, went across the face of goal, still running, and it's gone through for a rush or a minor score. Josh McPherson was the kicker. 1 goal, 1-7 now to the home side. Bell Post Hill, Anakie yet to score. So Corey Collins, he's going to do the kicking in from that position in the full-back. Plays onto himself. No, he doesn't. Goes out to the back pocket. Picked up there by Kane Hayes. Hayes in the back pocket. Has Davis further afield, but the zone of Bell Post Hill has just moved a little bit further round. Went to kick the ball. Not too sure where he's going to go. Now plays on. Dangerous. Goes back across the face of goal. Good kick. Mark taken by Lazaric. So Ricky Lazaric's in the other back pocket this time. Chip over the top, running play, Kane Hayes follows up, does nicely. So this time it's the Anakie side to chip the ball around and keep control of it. On centre wing, ball comes back inside, so Lazaric, they're outside 50 now at least, has Corey Collins at the centre half-back position, changes his mind, goes out wide, Hildebrand, he stops, props, kicks over the top, Berg to centre wing. And again, 7 possessions now, and it's still in their control. Vasika's the next option. Kick wasn't good. Vasika had to go back and collect it, slipped it on the ground. And both players now having a wrestle, trying to get the ball out. Ball at the ground level. Umpire comes in, and will plenty of possessions of that, Lockel.
Yeah, it's not looking good for Anakie, but It's been good in the clinches.
So at centre wing, the ball's thrown up. Ball is cleared by Baird, goes into the half-forward line. But Corey Collins, as he's done so often this year, slides in and takes the mark. Plays on quickly, goes back towards the centre, finds Hildebrand. Running player through the middle is Salvino. His kick's not good, looking for Pittman. Has to work now against the experience of Martin. Kicks the ball off the ground. Percy coming the other way. Tried to kick it further afield. Was actually going the wrong way. McNamara comes in, picks it off the ground. He's tackled, brought to ground. And at centre half-forward, the umpire again will take possession of the ball.
Good tackle from Salvino there. Is stuff to kick up to Pittman, but he worked hard to get into the forward line and keep it there.
So Lewis is pushed down to do the ruck work, so he's working hard, just running with Symes. Symes over the top, got the second belt, goes towards Tobin, picked the ball up at centre half back, slips it onto his boot, goes into the centre of the ground, coming across Poposki. Actually never went for the ball, but the ball ends up there with Davis. Transfers play across the ground, and the mark has been taken there by Collins. He also goes on. Short kick up over the top, well weighted, and the mark is taken by the running Hayes. So Kane Hayes on centre wing. Another opportunity here for them to go into the half-forward line. Goes looking towards Hildebrand. Can't take the mark as Fletcher intercepted. Goes on the right foot, kicks round the corner. The mark is taken. Basically in space by himself. Looked up, no one further afield. So he went back inside to Fletcher. He has taken the mark. Bellpost Hill's patience will now be tested. Ball comes out. Gurgi, good spoil there by Collins. Read it well. And at ground level, picks the ball up and goes towards Burke. Opportunity here. Marks on the half-forward line. Heads towards the full forward position with a long kick. Going back over the back. Bowman not mark. Addy does well. Big spoil. Knocked the ball about 30 metres. Persick in the race with the ball. Limer's in hot pursuit. Ball's fed out to Miller. He can't pick the ball up. Now it's Pittman at ground level. Big fella bent over and got a high tackle. And the recipient goes to Jamie Pittman. So a real opportunity here for the Anakie side with Jamie Pittman having the ball in his hand. He's well within range. Needs to shoot it up. Show some confidence. Probably not the most reliable kick, but has been pretty good over the last couple of weeks with his opportunities. One that Anakie need to kick in this instance. So he comes in now, kicking from about 40 metres. Kicks on the way, long kick towards goal. Has the distance and unfortunately not the accuracy, and through for a minor score. First quarter, Commonafine Hotel scoreboard.
So ball come back in for Bellpost Hill, looking for overall. I'd expect him normally to be doing the kicking out, but he's marked the kick out. Outside defensive 50, now chips it over the top. Holt's fine, has run hard. He's taken the mark, nobody's standing the mark, chips it forward again to Fursland. Fursland now back into the corridor, into the muddy centre. That's perhaps not the right place to be putting the football, but Miller does well, reaches it, but good pace there for Anakie by Salvino. He wins the footy, but he's got some support out there from Pittman. It is, hooks it back into the corridor, and that's a good solid mark by the coach, Daniel Gibbs, well within range. He decides not to shoot the ball at goal, and he's gone to the lead there of Justin Lewis, is it?
Yep.
And it's a nice mark leading forward. So he has now a shot on goal, and been an interesting game. Both sides preparing to chip the footy around. Now we find Lewis with the shot on goal. It's not a good kick off the boot. Unfortunately, one they
Look at your kick and make sure that you're going in the forward direction, because sometimes it can come off the side of the boot.
So Lima brings the ball out and Sean Lewis marks that in between full forward and centre half back. Now it's chipped to Martin. He's still inside defensive 50. This is where they usually look for the runners through the middle and the way they go. And they found one in Urquhart. He can run, but he's been held up well by Lazarick. So well done there by Anakie. He now looks wide, has a player out. Overall's going to be his target. It's a great kick. And again, some skills here from the Bellpost Hill side. Renowned for this possession game of football. And they have plenty of options. A little chip inside goes to Symes. So we're back towards the point of the centre square. Symes looking for options, plenty of space in front of him and sideways, and that's where he goes because McNamara is pushed up from defence. And now it's just a process because in there behind the centre 50 or the full forward 50, there's a number of players. The kick goes out, good lead. Justin Tarr up by himself and uncontested takes a mark 40 metres out from goal, almost 45-degree angle, probably a bit closer than that. And Justin Tarr, as he said, 9 from last week. A great opportunity here to start his tally count.
That was good, Cal. Bellpost still left the hole for him to run into, didn't they?
Yeah, well, they kept possession and they just waited for the lead. And once again, they looked a bit too easy coming inside 50, so they need to man up a bit better, Anakie.
So Justin Tarr, as I said, off 9 goals last week, has been a goal kicker for Belpost Hill. Comes in, nice looking kick off the boot. Umpire goes across, but not far enough. That's going to be a goal, and he has his first goal of the afternoon.
And you have to make sure that they are right on their individual opponents and make sure they take their chances when they get it down their end.
Exactly right, Kel. The old-fashioned one-on-one defence. That's what they've got to play. As the ball in the middle, it comes down, tapped along the ground for Belpost Hill, and they just, whatever means they have, they'll try and get it forward. But Salvino won it in the contest, goes towards full forward for Anakie. A good punch away there. Ball's come to ground. It's thrown out nicely to Kavanagh. He goes goalwards. We're right behind. He's gone right across the face of goal. Will land just inside the field of play. But as Cal made the point a moment ago, they've got to defend one-on-one. Imperative in the game like today. Ball thrown in now, deep in the forward pocket. Symes up high, punches it wide and toward the boundary. Lewis ambles after it, picks it up, hooks it around the body. Now there's a whistle on play. Where's that come from? I think it's out of bounds. The boundary umpire, I missed. Boundary on the city side here at the Myers Reserve, thrown in. Up high was Lewis for Anakie. Gee, looks like a good colt. Rushing through there for was McPherson for Belpost Hill, but it's back in the full forward area for Anakie once again. Throw over the top, it's got to overall. Gee, there's some pretty ordinary skills out there in defence, but now it's cleared for Belpost Hill into the arms of Tobin, middle of the ground. Gee whiz, they're running everywhere now, Belpost Hill, and there's not an Anakie defender in sight as it's picked up there. That was Fletcher, chips it over the top, and he's found Brad Martin, who's run well from centre half back. He's now almost centre half forward. Kicks it long to full forward. Tars coming at the footy. Good defence. Well, I think it might have been a free kick to Iliopoulos, but advantage paid to Anakie, and the ball comes out to Bowman on half-back flank. 14 minutes gone. Anakie 2 behind. Trail Belpost Hill 2 goals 1.
Short kick further afield, fans Hayes, and he goes further afield. Lotes on the field now, takes the mark, plays on, chased down by McPherson, held up, handball goes in the hands of Hildebrand, who now kicks into the forward pocket. Kick wasn't good, and again, Skills have let him down here. The mark being taken defence, and Stevie Overall has the ball in that position. So again, they're waiting now for the opposition to become a little bit lazy. They'll find a loose player. Ace to play on by the umpire. We're looking towards Lewis. That kick wasn't good, and Anakie covered off well then, and Hildebrand has taken the mark. So Hildebrand with an opportunity now drives the ball in, went looking towards Pittman, set him up underneath the ball, ends up there in the hands of Rickett. It is. Handball goes back inside. Pittman inside to Hildebrand. Just couldn't affect the handball, and on Fletcher on hands and knees, picks the ball up and goes to Overall. Transfers play, far side of the ground, ends up in the back pocket with Shane Limer with the ball. Again, takes his time, set it up, nice kick, and Brad Martin presents and takes the mark. So in their defensive 50, Martin now looks further afield. Usually go through the middle, but they've gone out wide this time. Popovsky the target over the top. He takes a nice mark over the top of Davis. Back in through the middle they come now. Symes is the target. Missed that target, went high. Now it's a play on an option. Umpire lets it go. Tobin, great kick, great lead, and the big fella Justin Tarr comes out and takes the mark. Steve Rickett didn't have much opportunity there because Justin Tarr didn't have to break stride.
Seeing the difference between the two sides, particularly when going inside 50 today, it's been very clean from Belpost Hill and pretty poor from Anakie. They've had a lot of chances where they could have turned them into goals, and against lesser sides they probably would have, but today you've got to make sure that you get those kicks straight to your players inside 50.
So Justin Tarr could go back and kick goal number 2 here for himself, and the third for Belpost Hill from a similar position as his last shot at goal. Nice looking kick off the boot. Umpire again doesn't have to move too far. Justin Carr has goal number 2 and a third for...
From my perspective, but that was a good call.
And I've got to agree with your call, Cal. The avenue into goal much simpler and quicker and more efficient for Belpost Hill at the moment than Anakie. Centre clearance this time, I guess we'll give it to Anakie and running onto the footy, but going without it for Anakie. There's a free kick in the scuffle there. It has gone to Lotes of Anakie. Handball quickly to Lazarick. Lazarick now across the ground, no advantage other than the fact that they've retained possession through Berg. Long kick to full forward. Addy doesn't get a... Oh, there's a soccer-style goal. Who was that?
Markham, I think.
That was Markham, comes through, ball in mid-air.
Round. As I said, a timely goal there for Anakie. They've had opportunities, missed a couple of easy ones. That one out of the air. We'll take everything we get, they say. Ball in the middle of the ground, picked up there by Baird after the knockout. Goes in towards the centre half forward position. Gergic really in the race for the ball. Went back looking for his player running through the middle, but it ended up in the hands of Anakie's defence. Now it's with Collins. Collins over the top. Went towards Parsons and Davis. Davis able to pick the ball up after it bounces to Hayes, and Hayes delivers the ball towards centre wing. Good lead up, good mark. And Gary Ricketts comes out and takes the mark. So Ricketts now, target will be Pittman with Martin. So Pittman in front, holds his ground, couldn't hang on to the last one. Fursland's there, fed the handball out. Martin tries to pluck it, ends up with Loates. Oh, he's tackled, brought to ground, needs to get rid of it. Probably a little bit quicker in the decision, but the free kick now, play on's allowed as Fletcher picks the ball up, goes into the half-forward line. Gergic, good mark, hands at ground level, goes inside, running player Tobin. This bloke knows where to find some holes and kicks in long. Tar is also the target here. He's up, the big fella. First, second, third, fourth. Umpire said play on and reckons it's hit the ground. Thought he had a fair bit of control. Umpire now comes in and takes.
Just too preoccupied with the fact that it wasn't a mark.
So the ball tapped down by Tar doing the ruck work. At ground level, picked up by Lewis. So the ball out the handball, went a little bit wide of Baird. Come in to support Fletcher. Look away handball, wasn't good. Salvino picks the ball up and goes towards centre wing. Now there's a race on. At there is Markham. He leads in the race for the ball. Limer's also there. Markham dives in the ball, did well. Put his head over the ball and wins possession. Picked up by Priddle onto Hildebrand, who kicks the ball in forward, but the mark has been taken in defence there by Bo McNamara. He steadies, props inside. Numbers everywhere for Belpost Hill. Baird's one of them. Has options further afield and wide. Option goes over the top. Hole's fine. Again, they keep running, and it's going to be Steve Overall. Picks the ball up, and that's where the target goes to. Good mark. So again, the possession game's working well. Further afield, Sean Lewis. About 15 to 20 metres. Kick wasn't good. Picks it up on the volley. Chips back inside. High target over the top. Gergic did well. Plays on now. Goes towards goal and can't bring it back far enough. Or bring it back too far, I should say. And through 2-8. We have gone 20 and a half minutes first quarter. Commonwealth Hotel scoreboard.
The kick-in came quickly to Parsons, took the mark on half-back, goes further to Bowman between wing and half-back. He now goes middle of the ground looking for Lazarick, but he kicks it straight to Martin of Belpost Hill. And as Cal mentioned earlier, poor disposal on the Anakie part has let them down again as Belpost Hill have the ball centre half forward. McNamara paid a free kick in the back. Debatable perhaps, but he's got the football and the man on the mark is right on the 50-metre arc. Looking for movement. He'll go long to Tar. He's gone toward the pocket. 4 around him, so there must be Belpost players somewhere as the ball punched toward the boundary. Lewis, good body work. Pushed in the back, not seen by the umpire. Now it's picked up again by Baird for Belpost Hill. Player on his own takes the mark in Fletcher, and once again poor marking from the Anakie defence, and they really need to be manning up one-on-one. I can't help but repeat myself there. There's Tobin, found a little bit of space, ran into it, nobody with him whatsoever. Now 25-30 metres out directly in front. Shane Tobin, the opportunity for another score for Belpost Hill.
Yeah, they can't just afford to as Tobin comes in and kicks the goal. It's a good finish.
He's hooked it, but it's come back, I think, Kel. Yes, we'll pay that one.
Coming into a game like this, Belpost still are going to look for the options and look for the short options inside 50.
The other thing, Kel, their skill is so good. You can't afford to rely on a skill error, can you?
Yeah, exactly.
So some quick hands through the middle of the ground. Ends up with Holes fine. Goes out wide. Short Lewis. Good mark over his head. Heliopolis not too far away, but the kick again comes in short. Target's going to be Justin Tarr, but standing in the hole, Lentini. I'm not too sure the little fella should have been in there, but he was probably lucky that Justin Tarr pulled up as he did, because he could have been sitting at centre half back at the present time.
Strong hands, though. He hung onto the footy.
Yep. Again, don't know much about this young kid, so goal-kicking prowess I'm not aware of, but he's in the side this afternoon. As we said, a number of players out of this Belpost Hill side. So Lentini comes in now. He'll kick from 35, 40 metres out, directly in front of goal. Unfortunately, hasn't got the accuracy. It goes across, and we're through for a minor score.
So the ball to come in. It's Hayes, goes short to the back pocket. Lazarick, he's down there, chips it over the top, looking for Parsons. Finds him. There's 3 kicks, and they're only 20 metres from goal. About to go sideways again, but gone a little bit further. This time Wilson, the ruckman, as he's looking for a handball, which is given now. And they try to set something up. Right across the face of goal come Anakie. Leading is Kavanagh. He's beset upon by opponents now. And he does well. Gets the handball backwards as Davis kicks short, looking for and finding Collins. And they've retained possession, Anakie, albeit under a bit of pressure, but they're still in the defensive half now towards the middle of the ground. Ball off hands, and good call by the boundary umpire, almost in front of our broadcast position as the ball will be thrown in. 24 and a half minutes gone in this first quarter. 4-3 Bell Post, 1-2 Anakie as the boundary umpire puts it in once again. Up over the top was Parsons. Tobin at the drop of the foot. He can't pick it up. Now he does. Handball to Grigic. Over to Holzfein. Now middle of the ground. The lead there was from Urquhart. He overruns the footy. Lazarick a bit more strength, but he can't get a kick away. Now on the turnover, it's Bell Post Hill. Little chip pass finds Fletcher. He looks for players up forward. Basely going back with a fly to the footy. And that was an excellent kick, as Cal just suggested, because Fletcher kicked the ball to the space, made the player run to it, and it became an easy mark so far. They're certainly playing the better football of the two sides. Basely now moves in. It's crossed the face slightly. He's missed, and only behind when the
Roy Collins is going to do the kicking in again. The plays onto himself, transfers to the far side of the ground, or the ring road side of the ground, goes out wide. Diving in, taking the mark is Fletcher. Didn't have enough carry on there for the big fella. Ball chipped back in quickly, over the top. Mark's not taken, going towards the goal square. Kane Hay does the required thing, pushes the ball through for a minor score. So 4-5 Bell Post Hill, 1-2 Anakie. And again, Corey Collins with some responsibility from that fullback position. He goes out wide. Kane Hayes has found position by himself. Has Davis just over the top. Vasika's another option. That's the target. That's where he was hit up. And again, as Eric said before, they had 3 kicks, but they haven't moved a great deal of distance from that goal square. He's now going to chip the ball over the top, and let's get towards the 50 as the siren sounds to end quarter time here from Myers Reserve. 2-8 goal kickers. 2 to Justin Tarr, 1 to Nick Popovsky and 1 to Shane Tobin. Sole goal kicker to the Anakie side is Mick Markham. So at quarter time, a handy break to Bell Post.
Getting underway. Can't see a lot of changes, Cal, personnel-wise. They're pretty much as they were.
Yep.
So umpire has the football.
Just next break of play, of course. Eric, also want to make a bit of a few comments about Trevor Fletcher.
Okay, will do. As the ball goes in the air, Symes and Wilson, the ruckman, nullify each other. It comes down to that was Riches is on the ground for Bell Post Hill, but it's Anakie trying hard to get the ball forward, but they haven't done too well because Bell Post Hill now back in possession, and once that happens, they have got trouble as the ball goes towards, and there's the guy you spoke about, Kel Fletcher. He wasn't paid the mark, but he's given it to. Great work by the big fellow in Tar at full 4 goals, 6:30. That's the first behind second quarter. 1-2-8 Anakie, Buckley's Entertainment Centre, second quarter scoreboard. That took less than a minute. You want to talk on Fletcher?
Yeah, I do, just briefly. I think he is indicative of what everything's good about Bell Post Hill, and I think every time he goes near the football, something good, he seems to do something good with it. He's so intelligent with his kicking, and I think he's someone that's could really look to be moved closer up to the ball. And I think moving into the wing today has been a fantastic result for Bell Post Hill because he seems to just make the right decisions every time he's got the footy, and I'd expect him to make a big impact come finals time.
Could even be a midfielder. He's a very, very, very astute player. As the ball back in the middle, Dale, you've got scores at quarter time for other games?
Yeah, we have. Thompson 5 goals, 4 to North Geelong 2-3. East Geelong 2-3, Geelong West 2 behinds. Corio 3-4, Inverleigh 3-3. Bannockburn 4-2, Werribee Central's 2 goals 3. Beaumont Lions 7 goals 3.
Opportunity to extend the lead that Bell Post Hill already have. Tar already 2 to his name. Gone back on the Dennis Lilly, the long run up. He's given himself plenty of room. Lovely approach to the football. Lovely kick off the boot. Goal umpire decides to put 2 hands up.
For Anakie Football Club.
So the ball back with the umpire, middle of the ground. Thrown in the air by the umpire, up over the top. Symes knocks it down, picked up well by Sean Lewis, turns, kicks into the half-forward line. Tobin and Popovsky, the first two, they're going to arrive. Popovsky was looking for Tobin to pick the ball up, ends up with Davis. He misses the target, puts himself under pressure. He's met with a tackle there. The ball is now with Sean Lewis, who goes back to Tobin once again, kicks round the corner, went looking for and can't find Fletcher. Kane Hayes intercepts, will let the ball run over the boundary line and out of bounds. You reckon? Confidence there, Cal. 7 goals, 3 to Belpo. Well, see, that's some saying. Belmont Lions, some good start to the game. Ball thrown back in, picked up there. Hildebrand goes over the top. Steve Rickett went to look forward to Berg, overran the ball. Again, it's follow up there from Hildebrand, so some good work. Taps the ball in front of him. Called a play on now by the umpire. Puts himself under pressure. The handball went back and puts Davis under pressure. There's Will Hercart's there, and he takes the ball. Umpire comes in just a few minutes off the boundary line, throws the ball back into play. Symes just palms the ball down. Picked up there. Handball comes out from Lewis. Picked up there and kicked round the corner. I think that was Ritchie's into the forward pocket. Mark's not taken. Now there's a free kick. Corey Collins didn't take the mark, but will be rewarded with a free kick for a bit of a push. Plays on now. Runs across the face of goal. Long kick out. Goes looking for Kane Hayes. Nice weighted kick. Kane Hayes does that well. Goes on the left foot. Chips over the top. Kavanagh takes the mark. He continues to play on, so better play here from the Anakie side into the half-forward line, over the top of Rickett. Picks up now, good clean ball, and he's worked towards the half-forward line. This is the next important kick into the full forward position. Ball goes over the boundary line and will be thrown back into the field
Pocket, you try to kick to the lead.
So the ball has been tapped out. I think it was Fursland that did the ruck work, picked up there in defence, and the ball's not going too far. Martin has hold of Rickett, I think. He's working hard to try to get the ball out. Umpire comes in quickly and will take possession of the ball once again, 20 metres out from the goal. So it looks like Pickman, he's down there, will do the ruck work for the Anakie side. For Belpost Hill, Symes is also down there. Symes over the top, knocks the ball forward. Kick off the ground there by Lewis, gets the ball out towards between wing and half forward. Running the ball, Berg, good clean pick up, stops, props, kicks round the corner. Stepped over the line as he did so, and the ball, so between wing and half forward. We said Anakie's attacking into the ground this end, the northern end. Ball tapped down by Lewis. I think he went looking for Berg, couldn't find him. Picked up there by Lazarus. Handballs out the back, went to Gibbs. He can't pick the ball up. It's McPherson who emerges with it. Fed the ball over the top, intercepted there by Gibbs. Has player running behind him. Ball comes back inside. Kavanagh, he's tackled, brought to ground, picked up by Lewis. Turnover now. Belpost Hill are away, and a good kick. Lentini's got himself out the back door and has found hole and space. So it's a big full forward and this full back in contention to get the ball. Justin Tarr leads well, leads to the pocket. Addie's pushed forward. Justin Tarr now slows himself down, thinks he can kick the distance from there. And I think he can also. He's inside range.
Well, it hasn't looked like missing one today, so I don't know how he is usually as a kick Dale. I haven't really seen him play enough, but
very reliable kick usually. Justin Tarr would normally have been played centre through centre forward.
3 or 4 years ago, it was perilously close to 100 goals, wasn't he, in the season?
No, I think he kicked a few, quite a few. So we have Justin Tarr coming in. Difficult angle. Ball is going to head into the goal square. Mark needs to be taken, but it's spoiled and pushed through for a minute. Second quarter, Buckley's Entertainment Centre scoreboard.
So the ball about to come in. The call was from the big fellow in Wilson on the halfback flank, and he's taken the mark. So now goes backwards to retain possession, and it is Collins chips it forward, and Anakie this time through Hayes goes towards, they're still inside defensive 50. Mark taken by Davis. Now they're going wider again. Can they get something here? Iliopoulos, he's got a paddock, decides to kicks long towards the lead of Rickett at half forward. It's over his head, unfortunately. So now he comes back on the footy, tumbles along the ground looking for Berg to pick it up. He can't do so, and just pretty scrambly passage of play at the moment, but has taken the ball from half back to almost forward pocket for Anakie, and the ball will be thrown in 15 metres from the behind post. So Anakie, a desperately needed opportunity here to get a score of some description. As good work there, ball tapped to ground for Belpost Hill. Tobin overran the footy, gets some support there, and is given a free kick away, and that was McPherson, I think, as the free kick has gone to Anakie.
Yeltsin Pertzik.
And Pertzik, noticeable by a lack of possessions, I suggest, so far in the first quarter. And he's certainly been a guy that does kick goals for them. He's the man on the mark's 35, 40 metres out, almost on the boundary. So it's a very, very difficult shot here at Myers Reserve from that pocket. But Perisic, well, I think that was a fairly ordinary attempt as well.
For sure.
A check side from 40 metres out.
Then doing a drop punt, and then like 1 second before he had his kick, he decided to do a
Changed his
banana.
mind. So 1-3 Anakie. They trail Belpost Hill 5-7 Buckley's Entertainment Centre. Second quarter scoreboard, 10 minutes gone.
So the ball ends up there with Salvino, who's intercepted the ball. Handball comes across. Went looking for Iliopolis. He's got the ball back again now. Steps inside 50. Long kick towards the goal square. Mark required for the Anakie side. Not taken down there. Picked up. It's worked out by Bowman. Goes to Perchik. Another banana around the corner. This time Yelly's a bit closer. And Yeltsin Perchik, he gets his first goal of the
Once it got inside 50, it was
game. I'm not too sure these two young blokes whether they'll go all day, but they're both young enough, I suppose. Symes up against Wilson. Ball thrown up in the middle of the ground. Symes maybe got the last touch on the ball. Wilson does well at ground level. Taps it behind Vasika to Salvino. Needs running support. Didn't have it, so he put the ball in his boot. Martin just knees the ball forward. Picked up there by Baird, or not quite. Went to Fletcher. Back to Martin. Back to Baird. They're under pressure, but they've got an outlet at the back, and Basher Martin picks the ball up and goes towards centre wing. Sliding mark taken out there by McPherson. He changes direction, comes back in the centre corridor as they do a number of times, and now the runners start to run from behind. Symes picks the ball up, and a lovely looking kick comes out wide. Overall's pushed up from defence. Short chip of the ball, not too flash into the half-forward line. Basically slips over. Collins does well. Support arrives. Loads at ground level. Picked the ball up. He was tackled, brought down. Ends up in the hands of Belpost Hill. Coming through, Priddle knocks his opponent off the ball. Handball went out, and it ends up back with Parsons, who kicks across the front of goal, or 50-metre line. Lewis picks it up, steps inside 50. Handballs to Holesfine. Holesfine from 25 out, goes to goal, and a miss to Belpost Hill. 2-3 to the Anakie side with 12 minutes gone, second quarter.
Probably Calisani deficiency in Belpost Hill game. Under pressure, not kicking goals. But
needs to kick them.
So in big games they need it. Gibbs took the mark from the kick in, goes out to centre wing, but man in front, Popovsky drops the mark. Umpire calls play on. Gee whiz, pretty ordinary tackle there from the Anakie defence as Popovsky stepped out of the tackle, gets the ball to centre half forward, but it's a turnover again as Salvino for Anakie goes towards the lead at full forward. Well, it was a pretty good effort. Addy was just bodied under the football by his opponent there and kept the Anakie forwards in the contest. The ball now still at centre half forward. Rickett missed with the handball. Now another handball. Rickett's got the footy. He's trying to say he hasn't. The umpire has called play on. You're giving players the opportunity. Took a long time then. Now the umpire has called a throw on
Trevor Fletcher, I think.
It was Fletcher. Yes, he. I thought perhaps pushing the back, and one that he probably should kick to perhaps get Anakie back in the game. And maybe the lack of goals from the Belpost Hill forwards might eventually have some say in this game, because Persick has kicked the ball right through the middle of the goal. His second in a few.
The umpire in the middle of the ground now. Again, the two ruckmen go at it this time. They probably both had a hand on it. Tapped down the second time by Wilson. Picked up by Baird at Belpost Hill. Drives it into the centre half forward position. Good position there from the full forward. Centre half forward, and Gergic should have been rewarded with a free kick for over the shoulder, but the ball's kicked into the full forward. Picked up by Lentini. Quick hands goes to Baseley, and there's a quick response because Caleb Baseley runs into goal and kicks his first goal.
Umpire, I thought Brett Griggy perhaps should have got a free kick at centre half forward there, but wasn't to be. In the middle once again, Belpost still at the drop of the footy, have done well, but Gary Rickett finally emerges, gets a handball clear to the big fellow and Wilson. He gets a handball, and now there's a kick to full forward for Anakie. Belpost Hill defence under pressure, and the kick across the face of goal. Is it landed? No, it's over on the full. Approaching it with a fair bit of gusto. Vasika was looking for the shot at goal, but it's not his kick. It has gone to, can't see who it is from back here, but
7.
But Scotty Bowman it was. He's had the pot shot from the bench. They trail Belpost Hill 6-8-44. Buckley's Entertainment Centre second quarter scoreboard, 16.5 minutes gone. The quick kick in is short. Now it's another short kick for Belpost Hill. Mark taken by Miller, goes out wide. Now Lewis takes the mark, plays on quickly, and this is the Belpost Hill style over the head there of Grigich. At ground level though, they attack the player with the footy. Gone to That was Vasika, and they're under pressure as Davis finally wins the footy, goes wide, very defensive, and mark taken by Parsons for Anakie. He drives forward looking for and finding Berg, but they don't get a lot of distance with some of their kicks, the Anakie side. Now Wilson's made good position. That's a nice looking pass. Unfortunately, mark not taken low down. Persick picks up the crumbs, dodges a couple, back on the right foot, kicks it towards goal. Addy up high, no mucking about with that. The big
Where it should be. Taking some time.
It's good, Cal, with a side having success. There's a lot of kids around, a lot of crowd here. It's great for the club, isn't it?
Yeah, it's good. Hopefully they can get a good junior side up and running soon.
So the ball's thrown in. There's a free kick being given. I think it's going against the big fella Lewis at the forward line with the hand in the back. The recipient's going to be Jaden Symes. So Symes now has that ball in the back pocket position, goes out wide. They run this ball out very well. Lewis has got the ball, drives the ball towards centre wing, up in front. Mark is not taking. Good ball from Davis from behind. Was hung on to by, I reckon, by the arm, but no free kicks as the umpire. Interception again. So another chance now for the Anakie side. Sliding in, taking the mark is Pittman. So it's centre half forward. He has the ball, has two players lead, decides to go long to the square, and Bowman and also Berger back there. No, it's not, it's Lewis back there. Picked up, good work by Miller defensively, kicks the ball towards the boundary line. Lewis able to keep the ball in, has time to pick the ball up now and steady, look further afield. Short kick goes in and McPherson found him about 20 metres further afield. Josh McPherson decides now to load up, go back towards centre wing. Gergic's there also with Parsons in front. Gergic, good mark. The big fella just held his ground nicely. Umpire calls Parsons to come back a bit. Kick over the top. Running player from behind. Holds fine. Has the ball. Kicks further afield. Kick wasn't good. Berg working hard. Gets back in defence. Looking for an interchange. Probably not the right time, but never mind. Ball thrown in. Big fella goes up. Parsons taps the ball down. Actually, it wasn't. It was Lewis. Tapped the ball down. Went to the half forward line with Berg. A long kick. And it's some...
I felt that his direct opponent, Bowman, could have tackled him in that situation because he's when you got so much space, it just makes it very easy for your team to clear the ball. You'd rather put pressure on the person who's got it.
So Wilson actually won the tap out. The ball has been pushed a little bit towards the Bell Post Hill goal, and at centre wing there's a number of players diving in on top and around the ball. The ball is pushed out the back. It's Lewis again that's there on hands and knees, tries to get the ball out. Davis does well, picked up by Hayes, Lotes. Vasika coming through, kicks the ball into the half forward line. This is where they need to be clever at it. Ball, hard, pick up, good by Martin. Short kick, went towards Symes. The umpire said it did travel a required distance, and the mark has been taken. So Symes, he's just back out of their centre wing position, looking for options. Has a player out wide. Martin's the target he goes for. Berg's there. Neither player has the ball. Berg able to keep the ball in. Oh, actually tried to throw it through Martin's legs. The umpire said it was okay. It's gone over the boundary line and will be thrown back in. True centre wing position. Ring road side of the ground. And all the attacking at the moment's been across that far side. So the ball tapped down, the big fella in at Wilson, knocks the ball down, picked up by Berg, went to put
2-2, but Bell Post Hill have had opportunities to kick goals, haven't they?
They have. They'll never dry up with the Bell Post Hill side, but that's a good tap out, and Markham puts the ball into the half forward line. Oh, Pittman. I'd pay that. It was a fairly good jump and grab. He got over the top of Martin there, who shielded the space fairly well. But Pittman has the ball, has a player inside. Ricky Lazarick has slipped forward, and that's a better kick, and in the right hands, I would think, because Ricky Lazarick probably hasn't been a great goal kicker this year, but on his time has been known to kick a few goals. So he's only about 40 metres out from goal, almost directly in front. Actually, probably a little bit closer than that. So he's a great chance here to get another goal on the board for Anakie, and at this stage would be okay for this part of the quarter. So he comes in, just chips at the ball. It's high, it goes across, but it goes across too far. And 6-8 to the Bell Post Hill side. 22 and a half minutes gone. Second quarter, Buckley's Entertainment Centre scoreboard.
Good positive low kick, finds Addy in the back pocket, goes back towards the corridor. Miller for Bell Post Hill. They retain possession. Not too sure where to go. Decides to go to the lead of Symes. Dropped the mark he should have taken. At ground level, Urquhart finds Lewis again. Lewis went to play on. Now he does. Holds fine, middle of the ground, but Davis read that well. Takes the mark off him. Over the top to Rickett Gary. He goes further forward, and they've created a bit of space at the moment, the Anakie side, as they go the long kick. That was Pittman. It's at full forward. hook over the shoulder. That was Bowman. He got a handful last week, and that's his first for today. Scotty Bowman.
Back into this game, and one more before half-time. I think that'd be a very good quarter for them.
So Lewis has gone to the ruck, but Signs up over the top, taps it forward. Vasika does well, collects the ball, kicks the ball onto his boot, heads out towards centre wing. Basely, eyes only for the ball, can't complete the mark. Collins is there, has the ball in his hands, pushed off the ball. They've done well, Belpost Hill. They've got numbers around it, picked up by Holes Fine. Bit of pace, gets through the contest. Kick was smothered, picked up by Berg, who puts it on his boot. Comes back towards centre wing. The mark has been taken there by Davis. So Davis with the mark. On just back out of centre wing, looking for players further afield and needs to drive the ball in long. That's what he does. Goes looking for Pittman. Why wouldn't you? He's got a good pair of hands. Front of the contest, picks the ball up again. Handball over the top. Missed the target. Went to Lima. Lima to Fursland. Fursland to Symes, and Symes has time to steady. On the left foot, drives the ball back to centre wing. Sliding on his knees, Basely, and he takes the mark. So Basely now, with that ball in that position, goes into the half-forward line. Popovski's there, up, guarded well by the big fellow in Gergic. Went after the ball, but the swooping on the ball is Urquhart. Picks up, goes to the goal square. Right bounce, it runs through, and that's what it does. So Willie Urquhart gets his first goal of the afternoon. And the...
So back in the middle, ball goes up. Ball, umpire, which is he's given it against... who was it? Lewis on that occasion, as the mark goes to Tobin. The lead from Tar at full forward. He's paid the free kick. The one that got pushed out's got the free kick. Steve Ricketts got the free kick, but I don't think it was him that was pushed out. However, chips it short, and not a good kick, and not a good effort at marking either. Now the missed mark picked up by Griggett goes to full forward. That's not a good kick either, as Ricketts sitting back in the goal square on his own, and this time he finds Kane Hayes. This is better from Anakie. Chip wide again. Vasika has taken the mark on that left foot. Oh, shocking kick off the boot, gone towards centre wing. Belpost Hill, if they're good enough, they should get away with this one. It's finally, they're mucking about with it and could turn it over. They are fortunate having numbers. Fursland finally decides to kick towards the centre half forward position. Oh, in front, Popovski, strong hands. And again, I thought a poor effort from Davis there. Should have gone the punch and didn't. And Popovski now an opportunity to get another score for Belpost Hill. So man on the mark is 40 out, perhaps a 45-degree angle. Very late in the second quarter, as Popovski now moves in. He went pretty close to the man on the mark, and in doing so, he's hooked it, but the umpire comes back to the middle.
And we're seeing that Symes has done it all by himself today. Not much backup this afternoon. Maybe Tar, maybe Gergic might go in there. Usually with Barton in, he's the man, but he's not there today. Ball in the centre of the ground, still both sides working hard to clear it out. It's tapped further afield, picked up Perchik, trying to force his way through the contest. He's taken down in the tackle. Umpire says, but Big Lewis just... giving Wilson a bit of a break. Symes up over the top, still got plenty of spring in the legs. Perchik on his hands and knees, picks the ball up, barrels one out of the middle of the ground into the half-forward line, going across Steve overall. He read that flight of the ball well. Now has an option out further. Addy has run from him from behind, goes back and collects it.
Kick.
It's either mark end or free kick. You're right there, Eric. Bowman never had much eyes for the ball, so it's Cameron Addy has a player short, went over the top, finds that player in Miller. So Miller with the ball. So Belpost Hill again, just holding possession, goes towards centre wing. Popovski up in front. Ball from Davis. So umpire now restarts it, puts the ball in the air. Symes up over the top, tapped it down. Vasika read that flight well, taken out of his hands by Tobin, fed the ball forward. Running player, an option there, and Holes fine. Ducks underneath the tackle of Berg, goes further afield, kicks into the half-forward line. Berg just a little bit late in the tackle.
About 5.
Yeah, from Fursland, but that's ignored. Has other players in the goal square. Lentini's led up as well. But Justin Tarr's going to take it upon himself. So Justin Tarr comes in now from about 45. Difficult angle. Nice straight kick. It's not going to go through. Steve Ricketts there, and he says...
It's about to happen. Lazarick now, the little chip pass, has found Vasika and accepted the handball back as the siren sounds now for half-time at Myers Reserve. And at half-time, Belpost Hill, 8 goals, 9, 57, lead Anakie, 4 goals, 5, 29.